Hey guys, on this episode of World of Solitude, we are going to be finishing the ghost glass out on our wasteland. We've got a little bit of green glass left, so we're going to get started on placing some of that green glass in a time lapse, and then we are going to jump into making a cactus farm because we're going to need a whole bunch more of the green dye because all my glass is made right now and we don't have enough for making all the glass that we need for getting all the ponds done. So a cactus farm is going to be happening on today's episode, as well as I want to get some of the spawn proofing and stuff done on the base, and to do that I'm going to need a wool farm. So we are going to be building a wool farm. So sit back, relax, and let's just jump into it. Alright guys, after much painstaking work, I have gone through and all the black concrete has been done in all of the ponds around. And we're just going to go do a quick little tour around. And you can have a quick look-see at kind of what it's looking like now with the all the ponds filled in with the black concrete. So, of course, these ones here, we've actually got all the glass and stuff in. And we've been making some serious progress to trying to get this all buttoned up. I wanted to, by the end of this episode, have all of these ponds completed. And if you look here now, here it is. Let me just get into a nice glide so that we can have a better look at it. All the black concrete is all completed for all the ponds now. So next step is going to be the green glass that I've got to get done in there. That's going to be, oh man, I mean, that already has taken hours and hours and hours worth of work, and I got to go get some more rockets. Only got 3 left, and I know that Racecraft here's got some for sale in his base here, so we're going to quickly pop over his base here and buy some more rockets, because I have like 2 left. Hopefully it's enough to actually land here. It's in one of these shops here, so we're just going to swing around and touchdown. There we go. And this is his rocket shop right here. They're 1 power rockets, and it's a diamond a stack. From there, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There, have a block. Done. We're just going to load these excess ones into here. And now we're good to keep flying around. Oh, I should probably throw that back into my enter chest. The house now, structurally, is completely done. And I'm just going to circle around here. So we have a doorway through here that we can walk into. Little glass separating everything. This is just another like guest room or something that'll be up here. Not sure what the rooms are going to be yet. This leads up to that angled room that's up here. Gives lots of room. I got to get through and furnish some of this. If you guys have any suggestions for furnishing, feel free to hop onto the Discord and post some suggestions of what you'd like to see in here for some furniture and stuff. And then, yeah, this is all bubble vatored now. I did throw my beacon down underneath there, so yeah. And then, of course, the bed area up here. So, yeah, it's plugging along. Okay, let's get the green glass done, and then you can have a look and see what it's like after that. after 12 shulker boxes of green glass and all the green dye that we had, I still have this whole pond over here that we haven't even touched yet. A good probably half of this pond here to finish. I've got one end of it completely done. The small one behind it is completely done, and the little horseshoe shaped one on the far side has been done. But I'm like completely out of green. I'm completely out of glass. Like, I think I need to make myself a cactus farm so I can get a more robust manufacturing facility for being able to get more green glass. I've just keep making so much of it, and I'm literally like out. I need to make more. So that's what we're going to do now, is we're going to take a break from filling these ponds and dive into crafting a cactus farm so that we can get ourselves some cactus green and keep our glass productions up and flowing. Okay, so I'm going to build this cactus farm right above my super smelter assembly here, since the majority of the whole reason we're building this is so that we can get more cactus green, or the green dye that we need. So I'm going to build it right above the super smelter so that it feeds directly into it and starts cooking up our cactus for us. And basically what we need to be able to get this set up, it's pretty straightforward. We're going to need a bunch of iron to make some hoppers. We're going to need a crafting table, a bunch of chests, some glass, some sand. I've got some rails here that we're going to be using. Plus I'm going to grab some rail carts that we'll turn into some hopper rail carts. And then we'll just start building this. And it's a pretty simple this little setup for this. And it is 100% lossless. So that means we're not going to lose any cactus to it falling on another cactus and breaking before it ends up getting sucked down and into the super smelter. So let's just get at it here. Okay, and then we're from this here, we're just going to come off on each side of it like so. And then we'll just shoot down like this with a bunch of these. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is we need to set up some rails on these. And I kind of want them all going the exact same way so that it will look a little bit more uniform when it's up here. And then we're skipping every other hopper. So we'll put that one down, and then we'll put that one down just like so. Now the other thing here, what I'm going to do is we're going to put some spacer blocks in here. Because basically what needs to happen now is we're going to have to place some sand up here to be able to drop down onto the minecart. So we're just going to set up some spacer blocks here, and that's just going to run the whole distance like so. We're going to grab some rail cars, and we're going to throw some hoppers in them, and we're going to throw minecart on that one, minecart there. I'm going to grab a few more of these blocks just so that we could walk around here a little easier. Be careful not to knock those carts, because you don't want to knock them out of alignment, because then they won't work properly. So we'll grab the next one. It's going to go there. Next one right there. And the last one. Okay. We'll just grab another piece of green concrete here just to hop up. So this is where we're going to throw in our sand now. And this setup here should work in 1.16 because we're not doing any zero-tick farms because zero-tick obviously is getting patched for 1.16, so that's not going to be available as an option anymore. So now the next thing we have to do, because this block of sand is actually sitting on top of the rail that's here. So we've got to knock that rail out of place. So to do that, you got to make sure we hit the hitbox for that and we knock it out. And then you see the sand drops down and glitches into the minecart, and the minecart turns black like this. So we got to come along, we hit that one, come along, we hit that one, perfect. We hit that one can go, and that one can go. Perfect. So now the sand is all set into place on these. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to just knock out this layer here. Okay, and then we're actually need to come up just one higher on this. And we're going to get set up with, actually we'll knock this right out completely. We're going to switch over to some glass. You can use whatever glass color you want. I'm using light gray stained glass right now. Okay, so now we got to build a box around each one of these little sand pieces. So we're just going around like this. Just like so. So now we've got this kind of grid set up on top of here with the glass. So now we're just going to hop down, and we need to get rid of these concrete pieces that are in here because those little spacers will end up causing us some issues. So we're going to get rid of those. And, you know, just to kind of clean things up around it, I am going to kind of go with a green border around the outside of these. Okay, so now the next thing we need is some cactus. All right, now our cactus should be able to click on here, no problem. Like so, like so, like so, like so. Can I reach up? We got that one, good. And that one. We're totally set. And then, you know what? I'm just going to throw the glass in here like so. Or the concrete. Scooch along this way, and we'll throw in a piece of concrete right there as well. That just closes everything off. And we'll do the same thing there. That's it. Cactus Farm is built. So now it's just a matter of setting up an AFK point and letting her buck. It's not using a zero tick glitch. This is just growing off of its own natural environment. And because of the way this is growing, when it pops, typically if you throw cactus or throw an item on a cactus, it will destroy it. But because the hopper is directly below that, it sees the hopper first when an item gets through, and it actually gets pulled through the cactus without destroying it as soon as the entity appears in the same square. So you don't have to worry about it destroying any of the items in here at all. Alright, so I'm going to keep growing this out, and then we will come right back as soon as I've got this all built out. I need more supplies to be able to expand this, so we'll just kind of keep an eye on it as it goes, and when we come back, I will have it expanded all the way down to the end. Okay, I have finished the Cactus Farm now. We just went with the 1 tier for this run for how much I'm going to need. The 1 tier should do just fine. In fact, as I was building the farm, it was making enough cactus for me to keep adding to the build. So if we look behind me here, we have 36 cacti set up for being able to produce our green dye at this point. And so we now have basically a fully automated cactus farm, 100% lossless. Like, we're not going to have any of the cactus get destroyed inadvertently from a neighboring cacti. So they will all arrive in the chest, ready to be cooked into green dye at our whim. So with that, hey, we've resupplied our glass section now. So I got to go out and get some more sand and stuff. What I'll do is I'll set up a time lapse of this, and you can see just how the production of the cactus ends up going. So sit back, relax, and we will check out our green ink production. Alright, so the time lapse of the Cactus Farm didn't work because, of course, my cam account is spectator account mode, and so it doesn't actually load the entities enough for the actual Cactus Farm to produce anything. So we're going to jump into the next thing that we need to build then, while that thing's ticking away and making cactus, and we'll go and check on that. Because I need to spawn-proof everything around here, I need a supply of wool to be able to make some carpets. And I really don't have a good supply of wool. I've been having to just run out, find sheep, shear them, and then run back. So we're going to build a sheep farm now, and we'll work on getting a bunch of the various different colors of the sheep farm and stuff. So that's what we're going to go shift to right now. And as we go do that, we're going to just quickly have a look. I did today get my base a little bit more furnished up here. So we've got the bed all set up here now. Just a couple of trees that are planted in. A little bit of a desk. My ender chest is up here. And then if we scooch down to the other levels, I've kind of set up like a kitchen area that's, you know, some of the various workstations and stuff that are down here. So that's all done. There's a dining area set up down here in the house. This leads down into our enchanting table. So this is a full like library enchanting room that's here. We step up this way. It's like a little office space up here. We've got guest quarters up here that's also going to be for housing some additional storage and stuff. Just random things that I don't have going into the auto sorter. And then up top is kind of like an observation lounge where you can have a bunch of guests all over and overlook the city up here is what I've set up as. And then, of course, that leads on out from this point. We head on back out into the main part of the dome out here. So the other thing I've got done is I expanded this retaining wall a little bit, so it covers up, you know, right over to this edge now. This area over here is all retained in, and I've started putting in the white concrete on the inside, except for I'm out of white concrete again, so I got to make more freaking concrete again. But we're starting to get that out. I finished the inside of the tunnel here, and we've used honey blocks back in there to just kind of give this a different lighting effect. There's lighting all built into the honey block, so this glows a little bit better down here. And did those same type of lights inside here. And then, of course, there's the Cactus Farm. And like I was on for a little while today, and we'll just kind of see what the Cactus Farm was doing. And yeah, we ended up, this is how much cactus we got off of a few hours of playing here today. So it's doing its thing. It's making us cactus. So we're going to be able to just kick that into movement here. And that's going to start producing our green dye for us to be able to keep making some more green stained glass. So I'm just going to shut that. Well, we'll let that run for now. Until it's all unloaded, and then we'll let it sit and create more cactus for us. So other things, I have kind of cleaned up this area a little bit more here, removed some of the couple of chests that I had here, added a staircase that goes up to the cactus fruit farm. So that is all just kind of cleaned up. A little bit of housekeeping is kind of what I did today. So but where we're going to build the sheep farm is just up here. As you can see, I've cleared off a space over there, and I went out and gathered myself a couple of sheep that we're going to be able to breed up and start pulling them into our sheep farm. So all in all, things are coming together here. So let me gather up a few things, and we will be right back and start building a sheep farm and maybe start adding in some of the other colors of sheep and stuff, so we have access to all the various types of wool. So bear with, and we'll be right back with the supplies we need. Okay guys, I'm going to go through real quick here on how to set up a automatic sheep farm so that we can get our wool productions done up. And so to be able to get started with that, of course we're going to need a couple of sheep for being able to do breeding so that we grab some sheep. Then there's a few things that we've got to do to be able to get it all built. So let's just head over here where I've got the first one set up here, and we're just going to hop up onto the top of this. And if you look at the top up here, we've got a dispenser that is set up. This dispenser is full of shears that are sitting over top of an observer. There is an observer block directly underneath it with a piece of redstone here behind it. The observer sees when this grass block gets eaten, which then triggers, once a grass block is eaten, the wool will grow on the sheep, which triggers the dispenser to use the shears to shear the wool. Then you need to be able to collect that wool. So underneath here we have a hopper sitting on a rail with a hoppered minecart on top of it. This will draw the materials down from the top and into the unit here. And then we have it just shipping off into this stacked supplies here. So, so far since I built it, we've managed to collect up 12 wool. And so to extend this now, we just come off of this hopper and add more hoppers out the side of this. And we can extend this for as long as we want here. And I'm just going to remove this hopper because it doesn't need to be there. And so I'll just add in another one at this location now. I'll throw in another rail, another hopper cart, and then build this exact little holding containment pen here and then bring up another sheep to drop into there. So bear with me while we get a couple of these set up. So as I'm waiting for my sheep to grow up here before we go and load them in, and then of course we have to dye them as well so we get the different colors, I'll just show you. I've got 2 more of them made here, and I'll show you exactly what I'm doing to make each one of these. So we're just going to hop up here, climb up to the top. Okay, on this hopper we are going to start off with, we'll probably go with a rail car. I'm just going to extend this out a little bit. So here's our rail on it. Okay, now we're going to switch and drop a rail car on top of it. Just like so. We are going to surround that with dirt here. We need to place an observer block in front of that. So we're going to grab our observers, which is just like so. So now the observer is observing this block that's here. We're going to throw a dispenser on top of that. And of course that observer will power this block, but we need it to power here, so that's where the redstone dust comes into play. So we just throw a piece of redstone dust on top of that. So now the observer will power this redstone, which will activate this dispenser. This dispenser is loaded with shears, like so. We throw some glass around it. And now we just lead our sheep into here, cap it off, leave our sheep in, and anytime that is eaten, it observes, harvests, and then it's filtered down into the sorting system underneath. That's it. It's such a simple little process to build these, and that builds you a fully automated sheep farm. So I'm going to extend this out to get a whole bunch of different colors and stuff going here. So next time we see this, you will see it with all the different colored sheep in. There we have it, guys. We have one completed sheep farm. One from one end to the other. We've got all 16 colors built into here, so this sheep farm is completely done. And you get to see the white one behind me there just finished harvesting. The green one just went at that point. So they basically end up being a bunch of sheared sheep all the time because they basically harvest instantly. As soon as they eat, the wool shows up, it gets harvested right away. So let's go down and have a look and see how we've been doing. So I've been running this for a little while now, and let's just have a look in our little storage chest and see kind of how the things are coming along. So there we go. We've got our production of our various wool. We've already got one full stack of wool, of white wool, starting on our second one, and we're creeping there closer on all the other colors. So that's it. That is a sheep farm. Pretty simple. So at some point in the future here, I'll build a nice building to go around it to kind of, go with the modern theme here. Just not sure what color scheme to go with, considering this basically takes care of all colors. So might be something to do with stained glass or whatnot that we can do to incorporate all of the various colors in this build. So, all right. Now it's back to getting some more green glass done and getting the, most of the rest of the ghost glass stuff all taken care of. Finally, after days and days of farming and placing, all of the Wasteland Ghost Glass is done. All of the ponds. It was a ton of work. I really do, guys. Hope I'm going to do a flyover with the cam account. I hope you guys like how it's turned out. I think it looks awesome. I've adjusted some of like the ponds on the outside edge so that the water kind of flows in a bit and blends in with the ghost glass and whatnot at the edge of the ponds. So I'm gonna fly over, and that's where we're gonna end things on today's episode. We have built the Cactus Farm, so the Cactus Farm is all completely done. We have also completed the new sheep farm / wool farm with the entire rainbow of wool that we've got taken care of. The next thing we got to do around that is build some kind of a building to kind of enclose all that in there. But guys, like, we have been making some serious progress on this base over the last little while. So enjoy the flyover that we're going to finish here on the cam account, and we will catch you on the next episode. Make sure you guys subscribe, ring that notification bell, like the video, and comment. With that said, guys, we will see you on the next episode.